Hello, and welcome back to the most epic podcast in the fucking world. I'm Lloyd.
And I'm JD.
Yeah, and this is...
I'm Scott Bennett from The Path Less Traveled.
Yeah, which is our new guest this week to spice up your fucking lives. So, like usual, we'll probably ask about your week. We already went through our weeks on the Wednesday podcast. No one watches that one. So everyone's going to tune into this one.
Oh, okay. That sounds good.
So the band been up to anything or what?
The band, they actually just played a birthday gig at a bar that's not supposed to have music or anything like that. So apparently it was pretty wild. I actually wasn't there because I just got off night shift.
So you actually weren't supposed to be in there and you just went in anyway, or they let you go in there?
They don't have a live music license.
Oh, okay.
And a couple other things, but
Illegal.
they're... I don't know. Our guitarist Mike is like a regular at that venue, so they did like a birthday bash. But I just got back from work. I just flew in today and haven't slept because I was on night. So I work at Fort Mac actually. So,
oh, okay. Yeah. Doing what?
Security. It's nothing cool, nothing interesting, but
sounds alright.
It's pretty easy.
Security for the oil rigs? Or?
Yeah, pretty much.
So you just have to beat up toothless crackheads when
it's not quite as cool as you'd like to think. It's like kind of romanticized. You'd like to think about it being like super.
No, but you get that one guy that does fuck up, and it becomes that cool because you've been waiting for so many years.
Yeah, totally.
Fucking fuck someone up. Yeah, you just totally.
That's what it is, and that's your one story.
Yeah, this crackhead's losing like 8 teeth today, and I'm gonna be telling this story for the next.
And when you're 50, it's like still your glory days. So
totally telling the grandkids.
Bigger than my music career.
Knock this crackhead right. Should have seen it. So, how's the band doing? Any new shit coming out or what?
Basically, we just opened for P.O.D. in September, which is really cool for me because like I love that band. Oh, okay.
No, not you. Oh. Him. He's laughing because of something that went on another podcast, which we won't talk about today.
Okay, sounds good.
So,
sorry.
They opened for P.O.D.
Not a good word to use.
No.
Okay.
P.O.D. might be looking to take.
It made me laugh the first time I heard it, but that was it.
Okay, I see.
Until he realized where they came from, and then he regrets ever saying what he said.
Don't want anyone rolling up on my house or anything like that. So,
like I said, they're Christian gangsters now, so they probably won't.
Less thug than
they'll just beat you with Bible.
Yeah,
that hurts.
Gently.
It's a big book. It's no joke, man.
It depends on especially if they get like the old one.
Yeah, the Old Testament,
the one your grandma has in her house.
The new and together. Fuck that. So you opened for them, right?
Yeah, we did, and that was pretty cool. And then we established a good relationship with that venue, so we might be going back there for future shows. Things are still in the works, and putting together another show that I did last June. That's not really original material, but it's a good way to promote indie bands, I find.
Okay, so by not being original material, you're playing other bands that you like's material? Or?
Exactly. So it's a show that caters to the music scene where local bands cover bands that they either sound like or grew up listening to, right? So last time we did Sum 41, and we just did a full Sum 41 cover set, but then you throw in 3 originals, so that people who came out to hear Sum 41's music, they'll have a good time. And then they'll hear your stuff. And they'll hear your stuff, right? And then you give out, before each band played, we gave out, our All Killer, No Filler, and Does This Look Infected? And we taped our disc to it, right? Okay. So when they get it, they're getting our music as well.
Yeah.
So, it promotes that. So we have 4 bands. There's one doing Paramore. There's another band covering A Day to Remember. And there's another band covering Billy Talent. And we're doing Blink-182. So people will come out who enjoy that kind of music, and then they'll be able to hear some local talent and really see, to build the scene, you need to see that local bands can actually be talented. I think that was one thing this is one thing a lot of people don't realize is you don't have to go to an arena to see an amazing band play and perform, right?
No, but for some people, I think it's the hit and miss that they worry about, isn't it? They don't. There's not enough places to do research on local bands to know whether.
See, that's changing though.
It is slowly changing, but then you get someone like me because I'm not as into it as he's going to every bloody show that's ever been made in Calgary, but. I don't hear about them as much as you do. Yeah. You hear about it because you're in the right place, the right time, wherever the fuck you're doing. Right. I don't know. But I don't hear about it. You know what I mean?
Well, the Herald doesn't cover it.
And I'm the people that you want to reach to because I'm the people that are sitting there on a Saturday night doing absolutely fuck all and not knowing that some of this stuff's going on.
And the big thing is that the coverage that you mentioned, the Herald's not covering it. So things like the closing of Fast Forward. Right.
Yeah,
them shutting their doors. That was a huge blow to independent music in Calgary and the scene because I know a lot of people look to that magazine to see who am I going to go see this weekend.
Yeah,
if they were into the local music thing. Yeah. And we have Beetroot and stuff like that as well. Still, but not
pickled beetroot. Yeah, fuck man, so good on Christmas, Boxing Day.
But Beetroot's taken they've got their direction and stuff like that. They haven't really gone the route that Fast
Is this a
Forward
magazine?
It is a magazine.
Why are they called Beetroot? Just because of the name Beat in it?
It's like the beat, the street route. You know,
like the
when you walk the beat.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, it's like that. So.
The Beetroot.
And it's the route to the beat. Yeah. Music. I'm sure.
Turn up. They should put a turnip on one of their magazines. Turn up.
That could like
Beetroot
increase the sales.
Exactly, marketing right there. You can't have that if you're watching. You've got to contact me. TM. Copyright. But obviously we do the podcast, so there's another way now to
and I mean,
see the bands.
I set up, I work for Concert Addicts and I work for Portal Magazine from time to time, and I work for a couple other news agencies as well. But I also set up independently, I set up Live YYC myself, just strictly for that, because a lot of stuff that was local, a lot of these guys didn't want to cover either.
YYC needs a new logo. Maybe
you can work on that.
Well, one thing I noticed, like specifically about your site, is you'll notice a lot of like bands that are trying to, or pardon me, websites that are trying to promote local music, but their image is terrible. Like the website does not look clean. It looks old. It looks like I made it on MS Paint or something. And it's like when you show someone that, like someone like yourself who is home on a Saturday, you see that and you're like, clearly no one cares about this,
and that's
right?
the same thing almost in our world, because in the tattooing world, when you have a tattoo store and you walk in and there's skulls hanging from the ceiling and like dead monkeys in jars and shit, and you're like, oh my fucking god, who's gonna tattoo me? You know, like, you know what I mean? Like this guy's tattooing me with a bass string and a fucking little motor.
You're expecting like Danny Trejo to come up.
I'm gonna shoot the tattoo in your back with this AK. But it's the same sort of thing. You want it to be professional looking.
Yeah, exactly.
You want it to invite everyone.
Yeah, very much so.
Crackheads.
And like when we were covered on Live YYC, like our fans like loved it. It was like one of the highest reaches we've had in a long time on our Facebook
good.
reach.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, it was really interactive, and the photos were solid. The write up was good, and it's definitely a step forward for the independent music scene, for like a polished kind of look that someone like yourself would approach and say, "Wow, this looks good," you know. And
I'm not as polished. Are you making me seem really nice?
No.
I'm not as polished as I look. Honestly, I look at some crimey websites. Just kidding.
And I mean that Live YYC thing. I mean that all that I'm doing there is just an extension of what I do normally, anyways. Like I mean, you know, we were talking about it last episode. Like I mean, I was shooting the Dome Friday, and then you know I'm covering local stuff on Saturday.
Right.
Yeah. You know, so I make sure that I get out, and you know, granted that some of the smaller venues are a little tougher to shoot.
No, like the lighting is not good.
Like I went to your guys' original show.
He's always going on about the lighting.
Yeah, but I went to the original show where you guys covered some. And made an appearance there. I think I was shooting
Sebastian Bach right before
that night. Yeah, so I sort of shot Sebastian, and then I came as quick as I could to shoot you guys as well. But I mean, the lighting, I mean, all that comes out of there is black and white because I have to compensate somewhere.
Yeah, I like the black and white pics though.
Yeah, well,
it's classy. That. It's like timeless.
Yeah, I think they come out really nice. Even the ones you take of me, I prefer the black and whites.
Yeah. I prefer black and white shots as well.
You don't see all
in
my
all
zips.
honesty, people are big into colors. So I mean, lighting is crucial for that. So I mean,
I'm not.
And they left the house lights on for us at the marquee, so it was like perfect for.
Yeah,
so are you going to be covering the show that they were talking about doing?
It's possible. It's not really local like live music, so it's up to him. But you know, it's not necessarily like all original. You know.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, it's. Like I said, any bands, you're more than welcome to invite
like I said,
me
I was
out
doing karaoke soon. You should come and take a
and
shot.
I told you I would do that. I would.
Did you hear about the punk rock karaoke thing that
I didn't.
Night Owl did? They got like a member from like Bad Religion and a couple other punk bands from Calgary. They got them all together.
I could pull that off, I think.
Yeah. And
what was that? What the fuck was that? I'm sorry. Cut that out. You should have been like, yeah, Lloyd. Totally.
Yeah,
I could have pulled off
Lloyd, you could
the
sing.
virus.
I've heard you sing.
Well, no one, well, it's punk rock at the end of the day, right? Like, you don't need to be able to sing. So, like, Kurt Cobain, I don't know if he can sing or not, but, like, everyone loves him, right? And he's amazing.
We're going to be honest. Let's be honest. I've already talked about Kurt Cobain.
Okay.
Fucking sucks.
But he was a good songwriter, and people
Yeah, he's good for what he did, but his music drives me up the wall.
I actually don't like Nirvana either, but...
Oh, thank fuck! Someone on the show doesn't like Nirvana. This is happening
well,
right
we
now.
could go, like... I'm like the weirdest person because I don't like Rush either.
I hate Rush. This is amazing. This is awesome.
And I think the Beatles are overrated too.
Oh my god! god! It's like you bought like the best person
I'm
on the show
gonna
today.
get kicked
and I
out,
was
I think.
nervous. And I was nervous.
You're always
Beatles
nervous.
are totally overrated. What the fuck that was all about? I do not know. You know.
But good for the time. And
yeah,
actually,
we always say that because you know you're going to get ridiculed out the arse for saying that the Beatles are shit.
well, they did what no one else did. Absolutely,
that's the only thing
what
they
it is,
did.
right? And because when you're better than, when you're doing things that other people aren't doing, you're setting a trend. Like that's
Yeah.
that's
and the
amazing.
lead singer for Rush looks like a date rapist. I'm sorry, but like, come on. If I seen that guy in a dark alley, I would run for the fucking hills. Today is Tom Sawyer. He's coming.
Totally.
He's got some scary shit, man. But you know, same sort of thing. I respect Rush as a band. Just if I listen to them, it's like Clockwork Orange when they play that song and his brain fucking implodes. Yeah. That's how I feel when Rush comes on.
It's so amazing. Like they're amazing musicians, and like there's absolutely no discrediting. The composition's amazing. It's just like just because you don't like something sonically doesn't mean there's no talent. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just the whole sound at the end. It's just not for me.
And we always sort of talk about that because I
I'm a
see
hater
so many.
too, so
I see so many bands, and Lloyd will say, well, you know, how can you like so many bands? I have to appreciate it for what it is because
I like a lot of bands, but I just like good ones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have to take a critical look at stuff because it might not be the music that I listen to, but I have to take an honest look at it and see how they're performing within their. So
you do
genre.
what I do with art. I take a picture of no matter if I don't like it, I'll find 10 things about it that I say I can like about it, and I do like about it. Where with music, I'm a bit more critical. Where if I don't like the sound, it's like turn it off now because
I think it depends on the art medium that you identify with for sure, right? Because you'll be more tolerant of something that you're passionate about.
For me too, it's the following as well. It pisses me off sometimes if the following got too big for their boots and it's just overplayed similar songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we talked about AC/DC and they're constantly overplaying the same fucking songs over and over again.
Even with the new material.
Yeah, it's just like...
I still love AC/DC though.
You know, it'll drive you nuts to a point where it makes a good band become... You know, you hear the song and you're like, fuck, get this off for the love of God.
Well, and we've said it before too, it's the Nickelback curse, right? Everybody says they hate Nickelback.
No, you play that song in a car and there's motherfuckers are lip syncing in the back.
Exactly. Everyone loves one or two Nickelback songs, right? It happens. And for a long time, they were like the pride of Calgary because
his hair looks like Mr. Noodle. Hey?
He fixed it, actually.
Okay. Did you see
now that him
Vine?
and Avril are done, he might grow it out again.
Did you see the Vine where they had like the Asian going the noodles and it went into his hair? It was perfect.
It was like,
but that is, you know, everyone listens to Nickelback. They're all lying.
Yeah,
I think so.
Everyone's lying. Behind closed doors, they jerk off on silk sheets.
You see, I stopped listening to CJ92 because of Nickelback.
Really? That was the reason.
Yeah, so that was the reason. It was just too much.
So was X's guarantee to not play
that's what pulled me in.
That's what made you switch right away.
And I sat and
they said that they were guaranteed
not to play
Nickelback?
Right when they started, they had a no Nickelback guarantee.
That's so mean.
They still do.
Yeah, they still have that guarantee. They played more like Alexis and Rage Against the Machine when they first started, and they've kind of gone to the more
Alexis
pop
fan, so I can't be like, oh, good for you, CJ.
They've kind of mellowed down a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
And that's normal. Yeah, X92.9.
That happens.
I mean, that's normal for every radio station. You can't cater to niches or you're done.
You won't have your corporate band.
Well, I found even when they take callers to call in and play a song, the song is always still within the songs that they'll play anyway during the fucking day.
Yeah,
it's almost like the one guy that calls for a song that ain't on your list. You know, don't put him on. Don't. You know.
And like I said, that was the problem with Nickelback, right? Because, I mean, in Canada, you have so many bands. You want to get Canadian content out there. So, I mean, they were doing well, so radio stations are going to play them. The problem is that it didn't matter what radio station you went to, you would hear it all the time. So it just kind of kills it, right? Yeah. You know, the same issue that you have with AC/DC. You hear it over and over again, and you just don't want to hear it anymore. So.
And what helped boost Nickelback as well was CanCon, right? Because it's Canadian content, and you need to play a certain percentage of Canadian content on a Canadian radio station.
Yeah.
So bands like Billy Talent and Nickelback, once you get that like first step, they kind of like.
See, I can't. I don't know if you're into Billy Talent or not. I can't stand him.
Oh, that's okay. He has a weird voice. Absolutely weird.
It's not his voice.
Really?
Because honestly, I like his voice. Okay. Because, you know, even some of their first songs I used to listen to them. It's when they started making songs about falling leaves.
Okay.
That was like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And the guitarist's hair.
Oh, it's pretty intense.
Wanker.
Actually, there's some video of me on YouTube when I was like in grade 8 making fun of it. Totally made fun of it.
You know, it was just those things that pissed me off. I find, we've talked about it before, once bands get to the point to where they think that, you know, you don't have to try as hard to get people to like you anymore, because Billy Talent got to a point to where girls would rip off their knickers for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're doing arena shows.
They
went from playing the Warehouse in Calgary to the Saddle Dome.
Exactly, and they get to that point, and I feel like they quit trying.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you got this week? Oh, something about fallen leaves, and it usually would have fell like under the paperwork, and they maybe would have worked on it a few weeks ago, and it would have changed into something amazing. But now they're just like, fuck it, throw it on the CD. It's like we're trying to search for content. So if you're searching for content, then don't bring anything out. You know, if I can't draw something, I just don't draw.
That makes sense.
Just give my time to rest, you know, and work on it. Like, and I put, like, my most successes, in my opinion, are the ones that I put in drawers and come back to 2 years later, and it turned into something completely fucking different. You know, like, even the logo that I have on my t-shirt, that originally was like a weird face with like horns on it, and it turned into a guy with a hoodie and a mask, but it worked. So I definitely think you should put some stuff down for, you know, Fallen Leaves should have stayed in the...
Yeah, I think that was kind of like their single song. I don't really know like what they wrote about it. Like Devil in Midnight Mass. On the ground. Well, I'm sure there's some sort of metaphor or something. Maybe he was the that metaphor.
Jesus fuck! If I'm gonna search that hard for the metaphor, I don't want to know. Yeah, it's easier to find out Pink Floyd's fucking metaphors before you find out what the Fallen Leaves bloody mean. Well, it's autumn.
That's another band I don't like.
You don't like Pink Floyd?
Yeah, there you go.
See, I love
one where we disagree.
I love Pink Floyd, but I don't like Pink Floyd The Wall. Because it's overplayed bullshit, and everyone's like, "Oh, you heard Pink Floyd? I love Pink Floyd The Wall. I love Pink." That's all you've heard. That's all you've heard.
It makes sense.
Bastardo. You know, listen to the other albums that they've got. There's quite a few.
Yeah.
You know, Final Cut's one of my favorite albums.
Yeah. But I mean, the Wall was because, you know, it was the movie and all that kind of stuff that came along with it.
It was a media package, right?
It was, and that was something.
Yeah, but that's the funniest thing now. Even kids I meet today, like going through work and stuff, they love Pink Floyd. They don't even know about the fucking movie.
Yeah.
What's going on? You know, that was the whole fucking point. Yeah. Now they forgot there's even a movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, in the day, right? I mean, that was unseen. Well, I'm saying in the
Well, that's much. When albums in the 80s
when it came out. When I first saw it, I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy because there was no MTV, there was no Much Music, there was none of that stuff. So I mean, that's why the big thing. And I mean, now it's just sort of people watch, you know, saying I like Pink Floyd because it's cool or hip or...
No, it's because of the drugs.
Okay, well, there's that one photo of someone back to Nirvana. She's like wearing a Nirvana shirt and she's like, I love Buddhism. And it's clearly a Nirvana shirt. And she's like, I just love it's like... It's funny because like the logos have been sort of catched. Like the Rolling Stones logo, like the tongue, and it's like...
I'm not a Rolling Stones fan.
It's like no one even knows what that is, but it's on shirts everywhere. It's kind of like... You've been cut off.
I know.
Too many.
It's
I had one sip left in that.
Well, you know, it's the audio editing afterwards that you kill me on.
People don't care.
I do.
They want me to drink. All right, let's nail off some of these fucking things you got written down there.
Yeah, so we were going to talk about, well, you wanted to talk about it.
I don't understand why no one else knows what Netflix and chill is.
I had never heard of it before.
It's like the new thing that every youngster does. They ask it, instead of going on dates, you know, it used to be like take a girl for dinner and go to the movies, right? Now it's Netflix and chill. Do you want to watch Netflix and chill? And Netflix is so shit that when they come around your house, there's fuck all to watch.
Well, you spend like 20 minutes trying to decide
your
fight,
and then you end up fucking. To like,
I guess so.
Some shit. So that was Netflix and chill. Basically, I don't know. There's tons of fucking memes.
That's pretty smart on like a guy's perspective in terms of like just the date of watching
it's smart,
a movie.
And it's funny because
it's $8 a month, right?
I've got my English buddies do that shit anyway. You know, they used to get back from the club. You put on an English movie. They know they won't understand. The whole thing's in Cockney, for fuck's sakes. You put it as low as possible. You know, what's a strawberry tart? I don't know. And then by 15 minutes in, you're doing it. So, you know,
it's a good tactic, I guess.
But the funny thing about it was Netflix, I guess in America, were thinking of adding a button to Netflix that was called Netflix and Chill. And there's tons of shit going on about it because like there's dads that are pissed off because their daughters are pregnant because they went around for Netflix and Chill.
It's Netflix's fault for sure, right?
I know. And totally Netflix need to put porn on Netflix. Like, well, I don't know how they haven't gotten into that industry yet. It doesn't make sense. But there's going to be a button. So you click it and Netflix will pick a boring ass movie and throw that fucker up. And within 15 minutes, you're getting a blowjob. So I don't know why you didn't want to talk about that.
I'd never heard of it.
How have you never heard of Netflix and Chill?
I don't know, because I've been married for 20 years.
Yeah, that might do it. You kind of
get
detached
Netflix and Chill?
We don't need Netflix.
I still Netflix and Chill, man.
They can just go right to the
Going
chill
home
part.
right now, Netflix Chill. I'm joking. I'm not.
Well, actually, with my situation, it's the opposite. Like when my wife watches Netflix, like I'm cut off. Like, I'm like, hey, do you want to like go out for dinner? No, my show's on. And like, but this is pre-recorded. We can watch it later. She's like, no, this is really good. And every month there's a new show.
They should bring out Netflix and Wank.
I guess.
Netflix and touch myself. Netflix and I'm cut off because she's watching Netflix. What? Some guys don't have Netflix and chill. Some guys
sub account.
Some guys need.
You need the sub account. Like she'll be in the living room.
They click this special button, Netflix and wank, and Netflix put like the best porno they can fucking find. It's just like straight dirtiest shit you can find on the web.
Not some David Cameron.
David Cameron fucking a pig. Every guy's done that. You know, gone on the internet and just watched some awful shit, and like when you turn it off, you're just like, what the fuck did I just? You've done that. Every guy watching right now won't admit it, but they've all done it. Like shut the laptop off and been like, just. Oh my god, you know what I mean? Just like.
Well, I'm sure we all have that friend. And you know who I'm talking about right now. That will send you stuff. I don't even open emails from
I'm that friend. I send my friends the weirdest shit.
You are nothing compared to
I don't send you those videos because I think you might get a little bit of a heart attack for some of the ones I find.
Yeah,
well, maybe this podcast would come to a brutal end or something.
Yeah, big crash and burn. All right, what else are you on there?
Yeah, so the Facebook.
Oh, we need Wanker of the Week.
Yeah, well, we've got to talk about the Facebook thing too. Like, stop posting these on September 25th. It doesn't work.
It's all bullshit. I don't understand why people don't know that's bullshit.
After like 4 years of it happening again and again, and when they say like Channel 13 News, when was the last time you watched Channel 13 News?
Well,
like,
people should be dumb enough to like at this point, like when you join something like Facebook or Instagram, they already own your shit.
Oh, definitely.
The minute you sign that agreement, they own your shit.
When you click, I agree. Yeah.
All those pictures of my taint, they own those. That's fucking. Those are those now.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's just more a plea. Like, please stop. Like, I mean, you know.
Well, I kind of find stupidity.
Research, it's just 2 seconds, like a 2-second Google search. If you're not even like
that's too far. Just as soon as you see one of those paste and copy bullshit things, just know that you're being an arsewipe.
I do like Facebook is going to pull the sun into the earth if you don't go in your settings and click remove sun. Like I like the parodies. They're kind of nice and it's kind of refreshing, but.
Well, fuck, it's all they can do, really. Yeah. Something that fucking dumb, really, isn't it? Jesus, people, come on.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
So maybe they're the wanker of the week, then.
No, that's too many. That's like 50,000 wanker of the weeks. That's too many wankers of the week.
Okay.
Well, is that who you're voting for?
I don't know.
You're going to make some enemies there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm voting for the English rugby team.
Yeah.
It was absolutely... I felt sick afterwards. Not even for the fact that they lost, because I'm used to England losing at this point. It's part of who we are as a race. You know? But I follow West Ham for fuck's sake, so I know how to lose. But it was the lack of effort and the talks before the game and like all this bitch about like, oh, we don't feel pressure. Absolute bullshit. It was ridiculous. I could play rugby better than that.
Yeah.
My grandma played better rugby than that. She's 102. Seriously, she's 102.
Yeah. Mine's still Dweezil Zappa.
You what?
Dweezil Zappa.
No one even knows who he is.
Well, I know, and that's what makes it so bad.
Okay, well, my mum still wants David Cameron to be Wanker of the Week, and we did look it up. He put his dick in a dead pig's mouth.
Yeah.
That happened. David Cameron fucked a dead pig's mouth.
And apparently, according to the article, there is some photographic evidence somewhere.
I need that photo. Do you think if anyone has that photo, please send it in. I don't know if there's like some internet wizards out there. There's got to be. Send it in. I need to see.
How long are you going to look at that? Like when you get it, you're like, okay, that's good. I've seen it.
I don't know. It's like a car crash. You look at it for a decent amount of time, so you know you're not going to go back to it. If you keep going back to it, you're a weirdo.
It's going to replace our commercial for him.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Cameron's dick going. I wonder if he got it. Like, I wonder if he finished in the mouth or it was just like place your limp penis in a pig's mouth. What?
Too much.
Was he sober?
I didn't do it. I'm just talking about it. No, he wasn't. He was sober as
a judge.
Sober as the day he was born.
It was some Oxford ritual or something.
Oxford ritual. Remind me not to go to fucking Oxford. I wonder if fucking what's his name Stephen Hawking went through that ritual. Do you think they put his limp dick in a pig's mouth?
It'd be like extra limp, right?
Let's hope not.
That's the most he's getting. I really like the Stephen Hawking sex scene on Facebook. Oh yeah, have you seen that?
Yes.
Hilarious. Sorry, we can't talk about that on the podcast. Sorry, Stephen Hawking, we love you.
He's a regular?
No, actually, Stephen Hawking pisses me off, if I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
No, I don't like Stephen Hawking. All these universities expanding bullshit all the time. And when he got sued a bunch, didn't he? Because some of his books were bullshit. And I don't know. I watched some documentaries with him and he's all arrogant about his IQ. And I don't know. I just think he's an arsehole. Like, I know it's sad that he's got a disease and all that, but it doesn't stop you from being an arsehole.
Yeah.
I could have a disease. I'm still a fucking arsehole.
No, just think to everybody around him. To him, everybody's stupid, right? So,
exactly. Fuck you, man.
could you imagine being surrounded by that much stupid? If you were that smart, you'd probably be angry too.
We're not stupid.
In comparison to
him.
Case in point there.
Like my ever expanding cock. Fucking fake American accent that he has. Nice. All right. Well, you ready to wrap this one up?
Yeah, quick. We got a couple minutes.
We have to announce Wanker of the Week, though.
Wanker of the Week.
We have to come to a fucking agreement.
Well, let Scott pick it since he's our guest.
You can pick Wanker of the Week. We got the English rugby team. We got David Cameron. You know who he is, right?
Yeah.
English Prime Minister.
I think anyone who puts their, appendage in the
David Cameron,
regardless of it being alive or dead, the fact that it's a pig, but further, it's a dead pig.
If it was alive, at least the pig has the choice to bite your dick off, and maybe that's
why
it was dead.
There,
pigs will eat anything,
yeah,
even David Cameron's cock. Yeah. So David Cameron made it Wanker of the Week, first government Wanker of the Week. Yeah. I like it. Nice. You're not into it too much.
Well, next
you really wanted that Ziggy.
Talk about the federal.
I'm just shocked. It's
my mom's
Kanye,
gonna be pumped. My mom's gonna be pumped. David Cameron finally made away. He is a fucking wanker though, and he's doing nothing for the English fucking. They just it's a mess over there. So fuck you, David Cameron. Welcome to Wanker of the Week.
You guys can stay political next week.
He's now in the running for Wanker of the Year, which Kanye is gonna win. Stop lying to ourselves.
But we're almost out of time, so we'll wrap things up. Scott, you guys have a new album out, right?
We do. It's called Vacant Youth. Came out July 24th. It's a 5-track.
Yeah, and they can find that where?
Bandcamp, thepathlesstravel.bandcamp.com. And we'll be recording our follow-up in December as well.
And they can pick that up at any local shows that you guys do?
Any local shows will have copies, for sure.
And you've got a store on your website as well?
We do, yes.
Okay.
tpltband.com.
Yeah, and you've got the album before that, your 2014
Yeah,
release.
the Cast Out the Cowards records on there as well.
And that's still available as well?
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome.
Sweet. So that's goodbye from Lloyd and JD. I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
I'm Scott.
And peace.
See you next time.
Sounds good.
Good cast.